governor's crown captain.
Hello, Internet! I hope you are all prepared. You have girded your souls for this lovely podcast because it is I, Sneaky Devil, and this is Fanfiction from Theater, which means the suffering is guaranteed and the fun is left at the door. Now, as a more yearly reminder, this is a podcast based on education and parody. Which
Don't
means...
be a dick. Leave them alone.
Yeah, don't... You guys,
Yeah,
the
what I
Twitch
said.
guidelines, do not contact the people that we feature in this feature presentation of live content. Now, I purposely did not send you guys the link to this. Purposely, because I wanted to see your reactions to it, which really only Atin would have a reaction to it because Max didn't play this.
Okay.
See, when you say stuff like that, it makes me nervous. Also makes me think that you hate me.
A little bit.
Well, it should be interesting once the curtain is unveiled.
I reveal to you today's fanfiction.
This just seems like a bad idea.
I'm not looking. You can't make me.
This is a Warcraft worm crossover called The Decay in Brockton Bay.
Yeah, DK and Brockton,
It's
there's
called
no
DK
Bay.
in Brockton, but DK in Brockton Bay rolls off the tongue more so.
Well, DK in Brockton makes me think that Donkey Kong's come to Brockton Bay, which is a far more interesting concept.
Yes, the Death Knight's coming to Brockton, and you can tell this is a quality story by the author using colloquialisms of abbreviation for an MMO in the title. And summary. And the fact that there's no summary. The summary is literally just the title, but repeated.
Yeah, no, the summary. A DK arrives in Brockton. Why is that the why? There's only one review.
The only review that exists is, this is nifty, I want more. Author's note. I don't know where I'm going with this, or if I'm going anywhere with it. I just wanted to write a scene that came to mind while reading Worm. Oh, well, that's just the best way to base an entire story off of. Probably should have marked it as a one-shot.
Yeah, honestly, should have marked this as completed.
Cattery looked around her. Bottles of what looked like alcoholic beverage. Beverages on the back wall behind the comma. She looked left and then right again, confirming her first impression, comma, bar. And although the music was harsher than usual for an inn, it certainly suited the dark and dingy atmosphere. Well, fuck the dubstep. Just want to say that. She turned around to take in the rest of the room. Tables, check. People drinking at said tables, check. A little quiet for most inns with this number of patrons, but she wondered if that had anything to do with the fact that they were all staring at her. She shrugged. It wasn't her concern and put her hearthstone away. Okay then. She nodded to herself. An inn of some kind, but not the one she was expecting. Turned back to the bar and spoke to the barkeep. Is this an inn? No. This is a bar. So I can't get a room here. No. You need to go to a hotel or motel down the road. Then he seemed to gather himself and said, look, we're not looking for trouble here, so if you could just move along, we'd appreciate it. He started off firm, but had petered out as the sentence progressed while she looked at him. I'm not looking for any either, so if you have someone, it won't be because of me. This didn't seem to calm him down any. Fine, I'll find somewhere else to spend my gold. She turned and headed to the exit. Our group in the back suddenly looked up with interest. She did say gold, right? Asked the largest person in the group. Yeah, she did, answered the smallest person in the group. But she's definitely a para, so better not. Wait, but she's definitely a para, so probably not the best option to find out just how much gold she has on her. The leader.
Okay, you know what? Based on the way your average Death Knight looks, I appreciate they're just like, that's a parahuman. Look at those pauldrons. That's a parahuman.
Those pauldrons are fucking floating. That's clearly a power. Power to make pauldrons float.
No, Sneaky, the power to make those absolutely absurd pauldrons a bearable weight.
Like I said, pauldrons float. That is their power. That's their superpower. They can forge pauldrons and then make them float. There is no size limit.
Can you imagine taking that technology to Armsmaster, just being like, look, I'm a tinker.
Look, I can do one thing and I can do it excellently. I can make pauldrons and then I can make the pauldrons float. There is no size cap.
Now I'm just imagining one of those like friendly Endbringers and Leviathan's just wearing pauldrons for some reason.
Sneaky, he just has giant paladin pauldrons.
Of course. What else would he wear? Clearly Leviathan is a paladin. A group in the back. The leader grabbed the smaller man by his shirt and pulled high toward him. You forgetting something? I am sorry, boss. Right. So now go follow her and keep in touch. The smaller man ran out after the tall para. Literally never used in Worm. I have never seen para used in Worm.
No, neither have I.
Cape? Yes. Para? No. It sounds like the sort of shit you would see out of like
I've even
X-Men.
occasionally. I think meta got used once.
Maybe. I think that was in reference to the K63s, though.
I'm just saying, I do think meta got used once.
Out on the street, she had come to a stop, admiring the engineering marvels that were driving past at speed. And
What do you
parked on the
mean,
side of the road.
engineering marvels? Don't forget, there is in fact a motorcycle.
Yes, but it's big, bulky, and belches smoke.
That does not stop it from existing, Sneaky.
Yeah, this is factual, but these cars don't belch smoke. They aren't motorcycles. And they're different colors besides gunmetal gray.
Also, they don't require a mandatory goblin riding it.
Yes.
Wait, you have a mechanical contraption that moves without a goblin screaming at you to stop breaking his stuff? How did you do that?
She especially liked the bikes that she could see. Actually, fun fact, there really is not that many bikes in a city. I hate to break your little bubble, but really, not many people use a bike in the city. I used to live in Philadelphia. I saw a bike.
Yeah, listen, do you know what I was going to say? To people who are like, oh yeah, there's tons of bikes in the cities, no, there aren't. Do you know why?
Oh no, I was talking about motorbike, like motorcycle.
No, I mean both motorcycles and normal bikes. Like, the reason for that is because have you seen the way people drive in a city?
Yeah. Also,
Getting on a motorcycle in New York is a suicide note.
It is, but I crashed my bicycle once, and the entire front wheel came off. Right, the frame got bent. The whole basically, and the handlebars were fucked. Right, basically, whole bike was ruined. I go, okay. I chained the whole thing up in a parking lot down in Winooski. Like, it is clearly a wrecked bike. You're not getting any value besides scrap out of it, right?
Oh, it was gone.
I come back the next day, it's fucking gone. And I'm just sitting there like, why would you steal a broken fucking bicycle?
Because for the low price of a few replacement parts, they can make it a not broken bicycle.
No,
Oh.
the frame was fucked.
No, probably because it was free scrap, which equals free money.
No, it's
That or they were exceptionally petty.
That's possible.
Alternatively, it could have been a passing dump truck.
It's
A passing
Winooski.
garbage truck. It was like, we should probably move that.
No, it was inside the parking garage. So no, it's Winooski.
Oh.
So it was definitely petty. It was not because they wanted money. It was definitely a petty crime.
Oh, hello, Isley. How's our favorite pervert
Oh, Isley just decides to show up now. I see how it is.
Oh, so that's why we haven't seen Isley lately, because we don't allow Isley to conduct her research.
No, Isley can conduct all the research she wants. I just don't want to see it. That's why we have the degenerate corner.
I mean, I get the feeling most of Isley's research can't be shown there either.
I wouldn't know, because I don't go there. Anyway, she liked her chopper, but these had a finesse that made it look crude. She wondered if she'd be able to get the recipe for one from somewhere. Oh boy, referencing game mechanics. Always a good sign in a story.
Like, here's the thing: if they just said the plans, I would be fine with that. Because a level 80 Death Knight, who, probably had to build their own chopper, because Azeroth is weird like that, fine. I could understand one being like, man, I hope I can find plans for that. Like, sure, that would make sense.
Just use the proper term, blueprints.
Yeah, and that would successfully mesh both gameplay and narrative elements seamlessly in a way that isn't stupid.
Shade Knight did a great merge story. He crossed Warcraft 3, the game, with Familiar of Zero.
Okay, hold on a minute. Isley, how do you accidentally walk chest first into a pressure washer? Those are not quiet or subtle. It's a pressure washer.
I can't tell if Isley is performing all of these actions to hit on me or not.
Oh, get your head out of your own ass.
I'm sorry. That would be the strangest attempt at courting I have ever seen.
Max, my first girlfriend was the sister of a man you met online who happened to live an hour away from me, who I dated because she was my homeroom teacher's college dorm mate's daughter.
Yes. But here's the problem with that. It didn't come with the delusion that this person on the internet is trying to flirt with you because your harem power is rubbing off on them. That's the difference.
I'm missing the joke then. all I gotta say. I've managed exactly. We're just gonna leave it. Anyway. Shade Knight makes good stories. You should read them. Like, don't read his older ones.
Yeah.
His older stories are pretty bad.
You opened the door, they were pressure washing right next to the Isley. How did you not hear a pressure washer from the other side of a door?
Okay. You could hear a pressure washer running even before they fucking pulled the trigger.
Fucking hell, you can hear a pressure washer from like
look,
a
unless these people have the world's lamest, saddest, most pathetic excuse for a pressure washer.
Well, where does Isley work? If she works at a warehouse, some warehouses have thick walls and thick doors. It would be possible not to
Do
hear.
we even know how old Isley is?
I'm going to assume she's at least like 22.
I should hope so. Otherwise, hitting on Sneaky is incredibly creepy, and it's a definite no for Sneaky.
I'm going to assume that Isley is a 29-year-old male that
23. I was 1 year off. Assuming that's true, of course.
Pics or proof.
Let's
29-year-old male.
not go down this road, Sneaky. Next thing you know, we're gonna be on the Philip DeFranco show for Sneaky harassing female fans.
No, I refuse to believe we have any. Okay, no, Birdie is a female fan because she has posted proof. I refuse to believe anyone is any age or gender, sexual denomination until I see proof.
Okay, so did you not believe that Max was a male until you saw pictures of him or saw him in a Skype chat?
No, I assume everyone's at least a 25-year-old or older male. Until proven otherwise, everyone's at least 25 years old and male.
I'm not gonna say. Let's not go down the rabbit hole of what that says about you.
What? That all guys are guys, and that all girls are guys, and that
no,
all
that you
children
assume
FBI agents?
everyone is a guy.
Look,
I'm trying.
Who hurt you?
Wait,
dude, I pretended accidentally to be a woman for 4 years on World of Warcraft. At this point, I am fully willing to anticipate that everyone is secretly a male, just pretending to be woman. It is up in the air. I'm definitely 15 though. Honestly, I'll believe that, Pedro.
I can't decide if that's a compliment or not from Isley.
What did Isley say?
Apparently, I would make a decent girl judging by the voice.
No.
What?
No, you'd make me No.
How is
You're
that
making
voice in
awful
any
girl.
way feminine?
No,
I have no idea.
that is the most male-sounding voice, besides my father's, who sounds like a fucking announcer on, like, a sports channel. Max is the most male-sounding voice that I am in contact with.
Like, I have a more feminine voice, not by a significant degree, mind you, and I am in no way fooling myself. I'm just saying, on the relative sliding scale.
Didn't you get mistaken by never mentioning that you were male? No, see, the full story is that 15-year-old me panicked. And I ended up talking to the same person that had previously gotten pissed off at me, but I was on a different character.
No. You need to tell the full story about your colossal mess up and how your massive inability to deal with social anxiety led to you living a lie as a girl for 2 years on a server, convincing the entirety of that aforementioned server.
4 years. And a majority of the convincing was allowing them to make mistakes about who I was, and then just running with it.
That does not materially alter the problem. Tell the whole story.
No. We are continuing with this crappy story.
Guys, give us $50 and make him tell you the story.
Anyway, reining in her jealousy, she looked around her at the part of the city that she could see. God, that's a really wordy way of saying she looked around the area she was in. I looked around the part of the area of the city that I could see. Well, as opposed to looking around the part of the city that you couldn't see. Tall buildings surrounded her. Actually, surprisingly, a city like Brockton Bay would have very few tall buildings. Most of them would probably be 2 to 3 stories, which, as a Rothian, would not surprise them. I mean, 2 to 3 stories is the normal in Stormwind. It's the normal in, especially Orgrimmar. I think honestly only the Dwarven city wouldn't have that many stories, but that's mostly because
Well, no, the Dwarven cities had stories. It's just they only looked like they were like 2 stories because they're dwarves. Like, their ceilings are inherently going to be way lower than ours.
Yeah. But anyway, point being is that Azerothian characters should not be.
Well, especially with the point of technology that Azeroth has reached. Like, for crying out loud, they have motorcycles, they have blimps, they have nukes.
Like, I'm not sure this author's ever been in a city before, because it's tall buildings aren't the problem in terms of seeing the city. Tall buildings are not a factor. It's literally just how the cities are designed that limits how you see in a city. Because, you know, like,
Hey,
fucking...
Sneaky, there's $5. Tell the story.
Who? No one sent me $5.
I subscribed. That's $5.
No. I got no pop-ups. Do not tell your lies to me.
I have the option to gift a sub.
Do not lie to me. I have seen no pop-up about any subscription. Oh wait, no, it updated the statistics page that I have a new subscriber, but it didn't tell me in the chat that I have a new subscriber.
Could this be why no one subscribes?
No, I think you have to share that when that happens. I don't think it does it automatically. I think you have to choose for that to happen.
Really?
I think.
Oh.
Quick, someone go poke it nose hair or kill him about it. Ask them. I don't know.
Why the hell would Nosehair know?
Why would Nosehair know?
He's been using Twitch Prime subscriptions for this channel every so often, I think.
That's a fair point. I have 100 followers. Yeah, I have 103 followers. That hasn't changed in over 6 months. I lost a follower. I used to have 104.
I thought it was 106.
Then I've lost 3 followers.
No.
Maybe we are getting suppressed by Twitch.
Twitch is shutting us down, and they are suppressing our freedom of speech.
Get your friends. Get your friends. Get your family. Help
your
defy
enemies,
censorship.
Tell your friends. Tell people you aren't embarrassed to know that you watch this podcast.
No, Sneaky, telling people they're not embarrassed that they watch that's a pretty limiting group.
Well, I'm not gonna advocate that they tell people that they watch this podcast like this. Hey, Mom, you should totally watch this podcast I watch about writing. Okay, son, I'll check it out on this Twitch thing that you sent me. And then they click on it, and all I'm doing is being drunk and cursing. And that's a bit embarrassing.
Oh, come on! That's at least half the Twitch streamers.
Okay,
Isley wishes to know what embarrassed is.
You know what? That's what we need. We need something fresh on the stream. We need something to bring in those views. We need to get Isley and Birdie on the show.
Yes. We need more diversity in this stream. We need a female. Max, I'm sorry, you have to go through gender therapy.
Oh, no, that's not going to look good.
Haven't we done this joke before?
Yes.
Also, if anyone's going to be subjected to it, it's going to be the guy who pretended it for how many years?
I am the owner of this stream. I make the rules.
Which means you should be willing to sacrifice for its success.
No, the owner cannot become the diversity because that's not diversity.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's way more diverse if you're the one who owns it.
No, then I can't be a white ally. I have to be a white ally by bringing diversity on and then sexually harassing them.
I feel like that last part may not be quite what we're aiming for.
No, but that's part of the white ally guideline.
I have no fucking clue what's happening right now. I'm glad I don't.
There's an idea. I'll see about sending a link to Old Crow. Isley still doesn't have a working mic. See, Isley, that is the exact same excuse I used when pretending to be an apparently 30-year-old single mom. I'm not buying it!
I like how you said you wouldn't tell anyone anything. You're slowly revealing more about your lies.
Oh, if only my old guild could see me now. He isn't wrong. See? Always right. Isley is actually a 25-year-old white male in their mother's basement. He wishes to become a male feminist. False, because I am not a sexual harasser.
I don't know. I feel like as soon as we get a little more popular, those claims will start coming out of the woodwork about you.
Well, I'm sure they will. Because I'm an asshole. Not because I'm a sexual harasser.
See, this is where mine and Max's choice to not have relationships will benefit us.
See, this is why I have two Christians on the stream, because I know they won't hate me.
He couldn't even finish his own joke. He thought it was...
No, he couldn't.
Oh yes, Isley. He convinced the entire server he was the 30-year-old single
No,
mom.
I did not convince the entire server. The entire server thought the most likely solution to my identity was that I was a 30-year-old single mom, and I just didn't correct anyone.
And then you continued to feed the lies.
Exactly. Because why? I don't know at that point. But I did.
Listen, he was sad and confused and seeking validation, just like lots of traps. It doesn't mean he's a bad person.
No, false. I was not seeking anything. I don't even know. Look, Max can attest to this. I did some weird fucking shit back in high school.
Chief of which was being a trap.
Like the week I just didn't sleep. Or,
nah, you did that in college too.
Well, yeah, yes.
Okay, you frequently did that in college.
But I became incoherent by day 7. Which
yes.
I know many people might be going, how is that any different from normal? And the answer is I wasn't even speaking English anymore, or even bastardized English, or even southern bastardized English. I was just saying words by day 7. I still have that recording around somewhere.
I never did find that recording where you guys actually managed to play with a internet
Gone.
celebrity.
Oh, yeah. Where I convinced Gon from Team 4-Star to play Left 4 Dead with us because I was like, who the fuck are you?
I just like that he convinced himself it was Takahata, and your mic at the time did not change that because your mic at the time did make you sound like Takahata 101.
He 100% believed I was Taka, and then I was just pranking him.
The only thing that could have
So
made
wait, he thought you were just being an asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just thought I was Taka from Team 4-Star, one of his, voice actor companions. He thought I
Okay,
was just
here's the
fucking
thing,
pranking
right?
him.
Have they ever ended up telling this story on a podcast?
Not yet.
Damn
I don't
it.
believe they ever have, no. They probably never will.
Sneaky went through his trans phase without meaning to. Oh. Yes. Most people's chuny phase is being, like, edgy and shit. My chuny phase was pretending to be a 30-year-old woman with a daughter.
Whatever floats your creepy, creepy boat.
Hi, Burry.
I like to be, of all the people I've ever known, you are the only person I can say that I know for a fact committed to catfishing.
So, how many drops did you
did.
steal?
Not
Because you
out
didn't
of
have time to go on another
like-
raid.
Not out of maliciousness either, just fuck, I can't tell them now, I'm too far in.
Just gotta keep going deeper.
That's what he would tell himself with every guy. Just gotta go deeper. Yes, I understand this is low-hanging fruit. No, I will not apologize.
When they shout, go deeper, but you're all out of dick. And now I've successfully killed that joke.
Nah, I just don't have anything to add.
Sneaky had a daughter. I had an imaginary daughter. The best kind. Because you don't gotta spend money on it. You don't gotta raise it. And they can be as anything you want them to be. Flawless.
Are you proud of yourself?
I am.
I don't think he's
drunk.
ever been proud of himself. I think he's been less disappointed with his
The
life
gin
decisions.
is definitely hitting me now. I can't feel my face anymore, and I'm swaying.
Are we? Oh, is we gonna have another? We gonna have another moment?
No.
No chair moments tonight?
I'm not going anywhere this time.
Damn it.
Anyway, so as I was saying, reining in. After some consideration, she decided that what the fuck? After some consideration, she decided that towards the bay would count as down and headed that way. What?
I'm gonna be back in a moment.
What? But I don't sit on the porch with a shotgun. What?
What?
I can
All right,
do
look,
podcasts.
you've confused both the sober guy and the drunk guy, Isley.
I can do podcasts, not that I know what most of this nerd
Oh,
stuff is.
I'm sorry, that was Birdie. They have the same text. They have the same
Birdie,
color.
that is alright, because you know what, Birdie? It doesn't matter if you know what you're doing or how good you are at it. All that matters is that you have a vagina. And that's all you're worth. Because diversity is your strength.
please stop talking. Jesus Christ.
You know what? I'll even give Birdie guest rights if she
God, I cannot possibly wait until we make enough money to be in a house so I can just walk into your room and just beat you to death with your microphone.
On stream, of course, right?
Oh, I will 100% do it live. Just beat you to death.
Give me 5. No problem, Birdie. We'll give you 5. Not $5. I'll give you 5 minutes. I won't pay you money.
We don't have money.
Wait, what about money? What?
What is this money that you speak of?
Sorry, what did I just come back to?
Birdie was saying that she'll be on the show.
We are diversifying our podcast with vagina.
Oh, you guys are just making shitty puns while I'm away. Alright.
For the record, we will be replacing nose hair with Birdie on a regular basis.
I approve.
I am totally fine with this.
Nose hair, it is possible to reclaim your position if you can bring us at least 100 viewers.
Yes, I have had the
Exactly.
pleasure of actually talking with Birdie while assisting her with her tablet issues. Very, very nice, very polite.
Yeah.
I smell brownies.
Oh,
Who the
well,
hell
I
is
get
making
you're having
brownies?
a stroke. Hate to break it to you.
Or my brother's making brownies again.
I like that you jump straight to him having a stroke. Isn't that normally like toast or
Yes.
copper?
That's the
Yes.
joke, yes.
Like, I smell brownies, must be a stroke. No.
No, look. Nose hair was having a pretty big stroke earlier, where he was just he was just absolutely losing his shit.
How bad?
It was pretty bad. Birdie's awesome. She makes great pottery.
What?
Okay. Anyway,
Yo, we should request. Hey, now that there's actual images of us, we should commission Birdie to do little pottery statuettes of us.
Yes. Birdie should do chibis of all of us.
Because I want a pottery of the main character from Stalker.
That is your true spirit animal, be honest.
I've never even played the Stalker game, so I guess I need to go and watch that.
No.
I guess go
Just
play those.
use your innate connection to the character, your kin self, to intuit the plot.
Yes, you just use your kin self to intuit the plot, Max.
Okay, alright, well, I feel pretty bad about all the guys I've had to kill, but they probably had it coming.
They did.
And there's a significant lack of food and clean air.
Also factual.
How about water? Is the water still poison to shit?
The water will make you grow tentacles on your dick.
No, that's the one place I don't want tentacles.
Yeah, that's just a normal Wednesday there then. Great.
Yeah, more or less.
Nothing's changed.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Birdie made mugs for somebody before she made mugs for Birdie. We are offended.
Birdie, we demand you make us a mug club, and then we sell the mugs for $5.
Maybe we shouldn't be demanding things of one of the few nice people we've ever met on the internet.
Well, I assume Birdie knows enough about us to know that none of our demands are in any way serious.
I mean, I'm drunk right now.
Sneaky, you are drunk every show.
And that is factually false. Good.
No.
Sir. I am very sober most of these shows. It just happens to be that I have a bottle of gin next to me, and I forgot to refill my water filter, so I don't have any water to drink. But I'm thirsty, so there's gin.
Hello?
Holy shit. Hello, Birdie.
Nope, Birdie
just
left. Showed up for 2 seconds.
Fuck.
Birdie, you've muted yourself.
I believe in you, Birdie.
Come on.
I got it.
Hey,
Yeah.
Macarena.
We got diversity. Twitch, please unblackmail
Yeah.
us.
I
Black
swear,
Ops.
I have a vagina. Can confirm diversity.
Woo! We've made it, boys.
Sorry, I'm still Sneaky. Why didn't you tell us they were blackmailing you? We could have had a court case, damn it.
Blacklisting, not blackmailing.
Well, we can't get a court case for that. God damn it.
It's really hard to blackmail me because I don't feel shame about anything I do.
Oh hell yeah! Like there's only one thing I've done that I could ever have possibly been ashamed of, and I no longer feel shame about that. I'm not mentioning it on this podcast because then people might be able to find out who I am and where I live, but I don't feel shame about it.
I mean, honestly, your chances of dying are basically the same regardless if people know where you live or not.
No, because I'm... Nice try. I was about to say it, I'm like, wait a minute. This is a trick.
It doesn't help, however, that you've been very open about what city you're near, whereas I'm just the state of Georgia. And Sneaky is in the general northeastern section of the U.S.
No, he's in Vermont.
I live in all of the Northeast. I live in Maine. I live in Massachusetts. I live in the non-existent state of New Hampshire. Do not believe the government or any history book or Google Maps when they tell you New Hampshire exists, because it doesn't. There is no New Hampshire. There's only more Rhode Island.
There is only more I feel New Hampshire may take offense to that statement.
Yeah, they can take all the imaginary offense they want. It doesn't exist.
And on that day, we were blacklisted from the state of New Hampshire.
Anyway.
Oh, God.
We've spent a good 30 minutes absolutely derailing this podcast.
And look at that! It got us a new host. I'd
You
say
know
that's
what?
30 minutes well spent.
You know what? I'm going to start hosting this on my own channel, but it's going to be the derail attempts.
You're just gonna keep track of how many times we... Like, I used to have the derail meter, except I was just like, fuck it.
Well, no, we started doing better.
Yeah, we
In
started
fact,
doing
you started doing better when I started skipping every, every third podcast.
We'd probably do better if Sneaky wasn't blackout drunk all the time.
Excuse you! I have only been blackout drunk once, and I managed to maintain... No, once.
Sticky, I'm pretty sure there was a second stream you told me about the next day.
No, there is decidedly 2 streams where you've been like, so I don't remember last night.
I don't even remember that stream. I don't even remember not remembering that stream.
Isley, do you happen to know if there were 1 or 2 streams where Sneaky went blackout drunk?
Bird has muted. Bird itself. Oh, Bird is gone.
Oh, bye, Bird. Alright. As I was saying... Oh, Bird's back.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
More than 1 or 2. Well, fuck you guys.
Thank you, Isley.
I know for a fact how many times I don't remember what I don't remember. Thank you very much.
What are you, a congressman?
Isley Sneaky actually still remembers that stream, so we don't count that as a blackout. That was just fucking walk.
I was not blackout drunk that time. I was, in fact, just incapable of walking for 10 minutes. There is a difference.
What he couldn't he remembered the stream, he did not remember what he did after the stream.
So he was not technically blackout drunk on the stream.
Well, hold on.
He was blackout drunk that night.
Whoa, let me clarify that. I don't remember what I do most of the time. I don't even need to be blackout drunk for that. I honestly could not even tell you what I did yesterday.
Oh boy.
Well, that's just the sign of the rampant alcoholism.
I'm not rampantly alcoholic. I do not have the income to be rampantly alcoholic.
That doesn't stop the alcoholic.
No, it stops me being from an alcoholic because I can only afford so much alcohol, and I am far too lazy to go out and buy more.
And antisocial. Let's be honest.
Well, yes, but laziness is a far larger factor. Look, I stopped cooking half of the meals I could cook because I didn't buy more cheese 2 months ago. I've been eating ramen packets because I just have been too lazy to go buy cheese. And it's not even like it's a long drive. It is literally 2 minutes away.
Nothing that you are saying is helping yourself, Sneaky.
What was I supposed to prove?
That you were a functioning adult.
That was never the topic.
The topic was stream wouldn't get off topic if you would stop getting blackout drunk. Now stream would stop getting off topic if you just stop getting drunk in general, but you can't because you're a rampant alcoholic.
I protest that statement, and in doing so, I shall take another swig of gin.
Okay. Mark Zuckerberg protested that Facebook wasn't harvesting the data of teenagers, but, doesn't make it true.
No. Mark Zuckerberg is correct. It was not harvesting the data of teenagers. The teenagers agreed to have their data harvested by Facebook.
Right, except they can't legally agree to that because they're under 18.
While factual, you are wrong.
No. Listen, I've taken one law class, which I'm 90% certain
I have
100% more law classes than you have taken.
I have taken one law class myself because, as per Champlain doctrine, apparently I need to know about law as well. And all I learned
actually, in that case, no. I've taken two because I took the one at Champlain and I took one at community college. So I've taken two.
That is actually 100% more classes than I have taken.
Which means I am 100% more capable of being right than you.
That is fair.
Because that's how statistics works. Because I took statistics, and I passed that with a C.
I also took statistics, and I got an A, so I'm better at percentages than you. 20% of the time.
What the fuck is going on?
We're just saying stuff at this point.
We're trying really hard not to read the rest of this story.
That's all it is. Also, Birdie, just something to learn about the show. When you have something you want to say, just talk over us. Just talk over everybody else. Whoever talks loudest gets to keep talking.
Except I actually have all of them at a lower volume than me, so I always talk louder than all of them.
I'm going to love to be in charge of the soundboard when we eventually move in 10 years. That's going to be the best.
Yes, we will all be doing this when we're 40.
Look, if I'm doing this when I'm 40, I will count that as a successful career.
No, Atin, never mind career. That's a hell of a friendship to have lasted 18 years in this shit.
Okay, look, I'm pretty sure 18 years from now, I'll still be friends with Max. I may have made a murder pact with Sneaky, but I'll still be friends with Max.
So on the count of 3, we shoot each other. Yes, it was a double murder-suicide.
It'll be like a terrible anime. One of those terrible slice-of-life animes. Sort of like the Tag movie, except you guys.
No. The true state of slice-of-life anime of the three of us will be when we buy a plot of land in South Dakota and build a really shitty compound with a really shitty fence around it because that's all we can afford. And then at some point we'd all just decide, you know what, fuck this, and I kill us all.
No, here's the thing, right? We'll all decide that Like we'll be in the compound in the bunker for like 10 years. We'll keep doing the show, and we'll be like, you know what? The threat of nuclear war has passed. We're good. We'll all move out, and like 2 years later, that's when it happens. Everything goes to hell. The
No,
bunker will be perfectly
no, you
preserved,
are-
and
you
people
are-
will
you
people
are
will
giving
tell
us
tales about a
too much
preserved
credit.
bunker in Montana.
You are giving us far too much credit. It'll literally be the next day.
You're right.
I like the assumption that I don't like moving around, so it'd be all right. I'll take care of the bunker. Come visit anytime. Just be like, I hope
Oh
they,
well,
I
no.
hope
In
they're
that
okay.
case, the story changes to me and Sneaky being like we'll be in completely separate states. The story will be about Max in the bunker going, I hope they're okay, and us like fighting through mutants and cannibals and raiders going, I gotta get to the bunker.
I gotta kill Max! If that's the last thing I do.
I can't let Max be right.
If I'm
What
dying in this
becomes the
apocalypse,
motive
so
for
is
both of
Max.
you? I like that that's your motive in this scenario. Just I can't live with Max being right. I have to fix this.
I can't live with Max being right. This must be rectified.
I'll just make it back to the bunker, just knock on the door. I came here to kill you, but I'm out of bullets. I need food.
I'm
Let
too
me in.
toxic to die. That is a factual statement. That is how I have lived this long, and that is how I will live infinitely long. I will just be too toxic to die. I'll just kill any cancer I get.
Okay, whatever you say, Darth Nihilus. No, not Nihilus. Damn it. Who's the one who
Oh,
held
you messed
himself
it
together
up.
from sheer spite?
Pelagius. No, not Pelagius.
No, nope. That's
I mean,
he's from Coder 2.
Who's the guy that eats shit?
That was Nihilus. Nihilus was the one that ate everything.
Sith Lord of Spite.
I know that Bane did a lot of shit out of sheer force of
No,
will.
it wasn't Bane
including
though.
keeping-
It wasn't
No,
Bane.
but he did keep himself alive through sheer force of will for a short time with those with
Oh
the
yes, no,
with,
but
with the
this guy
symbiote
makes
armor.
Bane look like weak stuff.
Alright, guys,
wait,
I
what?
have encountered a small problem. I can no longer read. I'm looking at the wiki and I just see a shit ton of symbols.
Sneaky, that's a stroke.
Wait, Sneaky, are you? Can you type something out? It's just a simple word.
I have
Birdie,
drunk half
boy,
a
we picked
bottle
a
of
great
gin.
time to get another host because apparently one of them's about to die.
I have drunk half a bottle of gin in the
Why
past
did you drink half a bottle?
hour.
Why did you drink half a
Sneaky.
bottle?
Reading.
Sneaky.
Sneaky, why did you? You've done this before, and it didn't end well the first 3 times.
But the fourth time's the charm.
See, you say things like, I'm not an alcoholic, followed minutes later by, I drank half a bottle in an hour.
And I can't read.
No,
That was it.
okay.
About
Let
reading.
me correct my statement. If I focus really hard, I can read.
Jesus Christ. By the way, Scion. It was Darth Scion, the one who wouldn't die out of spite.
That's the Scarface guy, right? That tries to
Yes.
kill you at the beginning. Yeah.
Max, he's great because his entire boss fight isn't actually a boss fight. You have to beat him up, and then that lets you get dialogue options where you have to convince him to let go of his hate.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you can't beat him, because he just keeps coming back.
Holy shit, this is one ugly looking motherfucker.
Oh yes, yes, he is a very angry boy.
Oh,
I would
oof.
like to see that. I would like to see an HD remake just to see what they do with that man.
Oh, that's nightmare fuel. You cannot have any food within 2 hours of fucking seeing this dude.
Isley, I accept your challenge.
No.
What? Sneaky.
Isley's telling him.
No,
to
Isley, why are you
stop.
trying to kill him?
Now, see, if I die, it will no longer be my problem.
Hmm.
Can't see it, but I'm trying not to pull out my hair because my hair is beautiful.
Yeah, flawless plan. If I succeed, it won't be my problem anymore. And with that, we're gonna go back to this shit fic. She decided to walk to fill her map and to get a feel for the layout of the land. Besides,
Okay, again,
Minecraft.
magical mapping,
Yes.
not necessarily outside the realm of because like WoW actually does a pretty good job of explaining away a ton of their nonsense. With like, yeah, everybody teleports with Hearthstones. Literally everybody has them. Everybody has magic that fills in their map for them. Adventurers just have bags that hold more than they should.
Sounds like Minecraft.
Oh.
that basically is. Isley has seen Sneaky through worse than that. This is a factual statement. Isley, I believe Isley was in fact there for the time that I got so drunk that I passed out on stream and then talked about the one time I played Invoker as auto attack Invoker and then just ended the stream 30 minutes later.
I would say the only time I think I've ever been drunk, properly drunk, was I was playing Dota. I played Bloodseeker. It was terrible. It was awful. It's the most fun I've ever had in Dota because I think I was just too drunk to care.
You know, the thing is, though, is I promised I would edit someone's written works after this.
You're just gonna have to keep streaming that.
I said I was gonna be angry about it, but I don't even think I can read.
Yeah, Arn's gonna be real disappointed in you, mate.
When is Arn not disappointed?
When Sneaky's looking at
That-
creepy porn.
That's actually a fair point. I do not look at porn.
Aha!
Which is why he's always disappointed.
Boy, that gin is interesting flavors.
Mm-hmm.
And you're only now noticing?
I don't have feeling in my tongue anymore, except for the times where the gin tingles it.
Please stop drinking and get some water.
False.
At least get yourself like
What
at least
about
get yourself a
I'm
package of
sorry.
crackers or something.
No,
Come
hang
on.
on a second. Hang on. What do you mean false? I asked you to please get some water. How does false answer that question?
He is too drunk to be sensible.
Oh God. It's only 8 o'clock.
That has
Like an
never
hour?
stopped him in
Getting
the
back.
past.
I'm gonna need to get my whiskey at this rate.
No!
Pedro wants to know when you're getting more honey vodka.
Al, when am I getting more honey vodka? When you start donating to this stream, because holy shit, does that cost a lot of money.
I bet.
Anyway, she just, besides, the vehicle seemed to obey some sort of rules that she didn't know, and the hostility of the barkeep and patrons suggested that breaking those would cause trouble, and she really wasn't looking for any. She didn't see the small man following her.
You expect me to believe a Death Knight doesn't notice someone creeping on them?
I mean,
Apparently
maybe.
so.
The boss had been getting irritated with the target. Although she had kept the general course for the docks, she had been taking random turns and even doubling back occasionally, but now she was in the trap. His brother was in front of her with two of their group, and he was here with two more. Two paras with formals should be able to take the one para despite the heavy armor she was wearing. Waiting a few more seconds to make sure that she wouldn't be able to dodge, his brother spoke into his phone. Now! His brother stepped out from behind the building in front of her, and she stopped. He and his goons started running forward. The three men stepping out in front of her didn't really
I think this is the
surprise
first
her,
time I've actually heard Sneaky slurring words.
nor the sound of running footsteps behind. She'd already come to the conclusion that this wasn't the best part of town and there was nobody else around. She stopped walking, crossed her arms, and started tapping her foot impatiently. The big one in the middle started talking first. If you hand over all your gold, we may let you go. May? Yeah, May. That is literally the worst fucking hold-up attempt ever. Hey, if you give us all your money, we might not kill you. So basically what you're saying is I should shoot you. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. The
Seems
point
legit.
of robbing someone is to make them believe that giving you their money is a better option than literally anything else. But if you're like, hey, give us your money or we're gonna kill you, and we might also kill you anyway, I'm pretty sure nearly anyone's gonna be like, you know what, it sounds like you're gonna kill me regardless whether I give you my money or not, so fuck you. Am I wrong in that statement?
No, you're not. Look, there's a contract in Chicago. You mug me, and then I come back a week later. With a gun.
Actually, that's a good question. Gun laws in Massachusetts. That's not what no. Gun laws in Massachusetts. Permits? Yes. Registration? No. Owner license? Yes. Required for concealed carry? NA? Massachusetts is a may-issue state for concealed carry.
NA means not applicable. Usually means not applicable.
The issuing authority must provide a written example for the denial of an application, which is subject to an appeal. The local authority is actually the final authority on whether a citizen may or may not carry concealed, okay? Applicant's background check, issuing authority, degrees of restriction, such as hunting and where you're carrying it. Towns closer to larger cities like Boston are de facto restricted, whereas suburban areas are more inclined to unrestricted licenses. Permits are valid statewide, however, provided the license holder complies with restrictions imposed by licensing authorities. So basically, the ability to concealed carry is restricted by your local police. But
okay, that's
the local
fabulous.
Police
Why did that come up?
I think that was because my brain was like, wait a second, what are the chances you're mugging someone in a city of Massachusetts and they're armed? Because, you know, if it's like concealed carry is allowed in Brockton Bay, or just Massachusetts in general, which it is, judgmental by local authorities, which means that, I guess in this case, the PRT slash police would have authority on whether someone can concealed carry or not.
I mean, I imagine most of Brockton Bay would be carried.
That's my point, though, is being like, yo, hey, parahuman that may or may not have face lasers and or a gun, we're gonna threaten your life and also steal your money regardless of whether you're alive or dead. We're gonna now give you reasons to kill us, so do so. Which is why I was curious as to whether people would be carrying guns in Brockton Bay or not. I realize, I mean, legally by law terms. I know some people would still be ignoring that, but I was just curious as to whether it would be legal or not in Brockton Bay, which apparently the answer is yes, by police personal decision, case by case.
Tweety's back.
Excellent discussion stream. I remember when this was fanfiction. Fuck you! This is an educational and or parody stream, which means at any point in time I can teach someone or make jokes. Get your crappa out of here. You can't even kappa correctly.
Welcome back, Birdie.
Because I don't trust push to talk on my tablet, and if I just leave myself unmuted, I begin getting really self-conscious about breathing onto my mic, and then I start holding my breath, and then I just stop breathing. So
that's fair.
Yeah,
as someone who had his own not insignificant amount of mic problems.
Max has actually witnessed moments in time where I had to remind myself to breathe. So you.
Okay, but that's because you're stupid.
This is a factual statement.
Yeah.
I thought you don't have a mic, Isley. So either you have a mic and you're just mic shy, or you don't have a mic. You have been caught in your lies.
Your web of deception ends!
Exactly.
Did you have to slam the bottle?
No, I didn't have to. But I wanted to make a point.
He's super nervous. He thinks there's someone in the apartment with him. He wanted to make a shiv and he needed an excuse. He sent me the message.
He's gonna have to slam the bottle even harder than that. Like, those things are built tough.
Look, I don't even need to make a shiv with bottles. All you gotta do is fucking beat someone over the head with it. This is like an inch of glass, okay?
He says, not helping his position in the slightest.
Well, if you gotta beat someone over the head, use an alcohol bottle, because holy shit, on the off chance it breaks, now you have a shiv. A really thick shiv.
Yeah, that's gonna be real hard to stitch up. Okay, Isley is climbing. Continue, Birdie.
Or you could just carry a giant knife on you at all times and actually stab somebody.
You don't need to carry a giant knife on you all the time. Because what are you gonna do? Stab me?
Yeah. Fun fact about the state of Georgia. If you have a blade that is 6 inches or longer, you can carry it with you so long as it's in the open. So if you want to walk around with a full replica of the pistol, you can. They might stop you for questioning, but they can't take it from you.
Sir,
wait,
does that mean I could just walk around
with Does that mean I could just walk around with force edge?
Yes. As long as you're not attempting to conceal it, yes. In the state of Georgia, you can do that.
Just wear it on my back in a
Are you
sling
attempting
counters
to conceal a claymore? No, officer, I am not concealing the claymore. This is a holster. Sir,
no,
are you
attempting
to conceal
that? Are you attempting to conceal that? Look, there's a Highlander. I need to conceal it.
Look, you officer, you don't understand. There can only be one. Now that I've killed that joke.
I'm depressed by the lack of people that will understand that.
Yeah, I gotta say,
Honestly, it
I
is
know
a
the confusion
it is a
that officer
generational
is
joke.
going through.
It is very much a generational joke, which is very sad, actually.
What would you say? Which is a shame because it's a great show.
You know,
Absolutely idiotic, but a great show. It's the closest I think we've ever come to a live-action anime.
This is factual. So anyway,
I
continue.
think you are forgetting Corey in the house, sir.
You know,
why would Corey in the house? No, I want to hear this. Why is
wait, no,
Corey
you
in
legit
the
don't
house
know.
in anime?
Oh, you legit don't know. So back when Mother's Basement exclusively did opening breakdowns
Right.
for his April Fool's joke, he got his hands on the Japanese dubbed opening for Corey in the House.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
The
and he
Japanese dub for Corey in the house?
Yeah, and he went through it. He committed to the bit.
Good.
I'm not.
I kind of need to go watch that. I think I found my dinner time
I'm
entertainment.
sorry, I watch subs only. I want the original subs of Corey in the house.
Yeah, here's the video if you'd like me to give it to you.
Just send it to me. Unless other people want it, but otherwise just send it to me.
Just drop it in the chat.
We'll just
Of the
I guess I'll
Discord,
just
of
drop
course.
it. I'll just drop it in the 9K chat since this is happening for the stream. Can't wait to see the amount of confusion this should generate.
Anyway, back to the Warcraft story. Now that we've spent 45 minutes fucking not talking about the Warcraft story. We are the best podcast. Hi, we're a podcast that talks about fanfiction. Spends 95% of the podcast being drunk and not talking about fanfiction, and the other 5% being drunk and reading the fanfiction.
No,
With
it's way less.
diversity.
See, it's less than 5% being drunk because you're the only alcoholic.
Yes, but I am also the host of the show.
Actually, no, it's more than 5%. Right now he makes up a quarter of the cast.
I demand half.
It's too late. I already made.
Half of what?
There are now 2 alcoholics. Thank you.
Fuck. I am no longer unique. I guess I'll just stop drinking.
He's gone now.
No, but he existed. That's the problem. See,
Oh, yeah.
because of the way statistics worked, his existence has polluted the statistic.
This is factual. His existence
Oh.
has, in fact, polluted the statistic of being the only alcoholic.
Well, except he's gone now. So, congratulations, you're back to being the only one here.
I have a knife. Max, thank you for this knife.
What are you gonna do with it?
Probably wildly gesticulate while I read this fanfiction.
Okay.
Yeah, May. He leered at her. Now that I got a good look at you, I think me and the boys would like to have some fun with you first. He
What?
looked at his
Hold on a
underlings
minute.
to
This is a
each
death
side.
knight. What is there to see besides pauldrons and plate mail?
Look, this is like literally the worst mugging attempt ever. Hey, give us your money or we're gonna kill and or rape you, maybe not in that order. Alright, what happens if I give you my money? We're still gonna kill and or rape you. Well then why would I give you the money? Because we asked you for it. That's literally what's happening right now. Some fun, you say? Well, I wasn't really planning for any, but... Her foot stopped tapping. She drew her dual swords of glowing death and settled
Hold on a
into
minute.
fighting crouch.
Hold on a minute. Since when do Death Knights dual wield? Did I miss a class tree update?
Frost Knights.
Dual swords
The
of
Frost
glowing
Knights have
death.
dual sworded since
my God.
forever.
Oh, that's right.
Which was,
Dual-
don't get me wrong, really weird back when Frost tanks were a thing, because Frost tanks still dual sworded back then. And it's just like, why are you dual swording? It's like, because all of my abilities require dual swords, but apparently I'm also the tank. And then they fixed that to make Blood Knights the tank, and then that actually didn't fix anything because Blood Knights became DPS tank healers. It was dumb. I
The
will
Blood
admit
Knights
that.
remain dumb.
Blood Knight, I will, yes. As a person who has played 8.0 and 8.1, which is the newest expansion updates, Blood Knights remain stupid as shit. Where it's just like, oh, how much healing am I doing this game? DPS healing meter? Oh, you're doing 74% of the healing. It's like, well, then why the fuck do I even have a healer this game?
For the res.
That's implying I die.
I'm not
Which-
talking about you, I'm talking about the tank.
Excuse me, sir. I queue everyone.
The off tank.
There is no such thing when you have a Blood Death Knight. Off tanks do not exist.
So we have a Blood Knight for the tank. Who's the off tank? Another Blood Knight. Glares in PvP.
That sounds horrifying.
No, I still think my best PvP game as a Blood Death Knight was the one that took an hour and 30 minutes. Because I was facing a Holy Priest and a Holy Paladin, and the only reason why I won was because they ran out of mana eventually.
Wait, who was backing you up?
Oh, a Prot Warrior! He died like 10 minutes in. It just became a session of who can heal more, and the answer is Blood Death Knight can heal more.
Listen, still not as fun as being a bounty hunter healer, popping all of my abilities and having like 80% prot and laughing as their DPS tried to kill me. Just, I think I feel a tickle.
That sounds like a personal problem for them.
They're like, why can't we kill you?
No, honestly, PvP Bounty Hunter explosive tree was the best. It was just like, oh no! A Jedi! All of the abilities. Oh no! Their team is dead!
But here's the thing, right? And then I'm just standing behind you with my pew pew healy guns.
Hello,
Which-
Jedi! I see you have Force abilities! Have you considered nuclear explosives?
My favorite, do you want to know what my favorite part about that was? All of the bounty hunters, it didn't matter which tree you went down, you still got all 3 of the cells.
Yes.
Because I remember one time, we had an utterly incompetent Sith sorcerer as a healer, so I just quietly asked all of the DPSs to just switch to the healing cell, and just every once in a while, just give everybody a little top up. Because the heal was based on your damage.
Yeah. Bounty hunters were silly, and
I was like, hey
then
guys,
they
listen,
nerfed
it would
them.
really help me out if every once in a while you could just pop in the healing cell. Thanks.
Yeah, and then they nerfed the bounty hunters to hell and back, and it was just like, what's that? Thermonuclear explosives? That does like 2 damage.
But it still generates 50 heat.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter anymore because heat means nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Swoder kind of went really
I
downhill.
genuinely loved that system. Heat was such a fun I was like, I don't have to worry about mana, and it's entirely dependent on how good you are at managing your cooldowns and determining what you need to do when, because your heat is set. You have 100 heat at all times. The end.
All I played of SWTOR was Jedi Sentinel. Yes, that was a terrible decision. Honestly, Republic Trooper and Sith Bounty Hunter and Sith Infiltrator, probably the best class choices in terms of enjoyment, because Infiltrator, Spy, or whatever the fuck they were called, it was just like, hey, alternatively, what if Sniper Rifle? And then Bounty Hunter is alternatively, what if Money and Bombs? And then
Okay,
Republic Soldier was just like, alternatively, what if Bullet Hell?
here's the thing. You're forgetting about the most fun class of all to play, though. Purely because of the dialogue options, which was Inquisitor.
The Chaotic Good Inquisitor is probably the best set.
Never have I encountered a Star Wars game where Force Lightning was a legitimate conversation option.
Force Lightning is a positive conversation option. You are improving your light side points by shocking your enemies and allies.
I was gonna say, don't forget, there was also the Jedi Apprentice who became a Sith, who you could then electrocute whenever they did something on the light side, and they gave you affection points for it.
Yeah.
She was kinky. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, she was very kinky. I will. Yes.
Heck, she might have been kinky enough for Isley.
False. There is nothing kinky enough for Isley. Isley knows no bounds. Isley has no depths that she will not explore. Because Isley is a researcher. According to Isley. Which, of course, I do not believe Isley. But, in favor of keeping the dark gate open, I shall believe Isley and her excuse of research. Alright, back to this story and how terrible it is. Blah blah blah, we're gonna rape you. Blah blah blah, Chuny sword position. Blah blah blah, game mechanics. Blah blah blah, game mechanics. Blah 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 blah. She stabbed some people with her cold swords, which also inflicted cold damage, which also hurt them. Blah blah blah, auto attack. Blah blah blah, poorly described combat sequence.
I love those.
They're
They're the best.
blah blah blah, she named her swords, which are probably green here.
Wait, hold on, Sneaky. Let's spin the wheel of edgelord sword names.
Okay. Let me just bring that tab up. I'm sure
Do you
there's
have
a
one of
thing.
those?
Oh, I am
course we do.
sure there's
How
a
have I
thing
not
for that.
seen this?
Sword names generator.
Oh.
Oh, come on. You
Oh
need
wow!
to put edge.
That's actually a thing! The
wouldn't it?
facelifter! Catastrophe!
I told
Doomblade!
you didn't know about this?
Fragile Reaver! Oathkeeper's Saber! Attuned Skeletal Mageblade! Renewed Skeletal Short Sword! Honor's Call Skewer of Degradation! Eclipse, the Defiler of Illumination, and Spite Blade, Claymore of Broken Bones.
Wait, Sneaky, look. There's more. There's more generate. Let's see what of the other. Let's see. Can we get some edgy hammers? Just scroll down.
Oh. Let's see throwing weapons. Honestly, I want to see what kind of names it comes up
Oh wait, no,
with.
Sneaky, look, perfect. Dual wielding. Look.
Oh, wait, dual wielding? Where? Dual
scroll back
wielding.
down.
Here we go. Fight and fright! Payment and debt. Nook and cranny. Seek and destroy. Glut and gorge. Breaking and entering. Destroyers of the lion.
Okay, ignoring the Destroyers of the Lion part, I actually kind of want the rogue in my next D&D game to have his knives named Breaking and Entering. Just
That
because
would-
it seems like a thing that the rogue should be doing.
Clear, long blades of blessing.
Honestly,
Crack.
never even mind that. It's just honest.
I like this one the most. Crack and smack, long blades of oblivion.
No, hold on. We gotta. What's the correct accent for that? Sneaky, give me your most Cockney accent for Crack and Smack.
Crack and smack, but long blades of oblivion.
That. I said Cockney, not hillbilly.
I can only do one accent at the moment, and that's shitty Southern. I
so
noticed
glad
how
No's
Max is silent.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
You're supposed to be offended.
What the fuck was that? Seriously, what the fuck was that?
I mean, it's hard for me to actually get offended, so...
Katanas of the lost comrades. That's so edgy. Holy shit. Courage and consequence. Tributes of the East. I'm actually glad I don't have a web camera up because I've been doing poses for every one of these swords.
Of course you have.
I am very disappointed about the lack of web camera if he has been doing poses.
Here's the thing. We've been in Skype calls with him. Having seen him do those poses, they truly are something.
I am Italian, so I will full frontal my body emotion.
And clip it.
You said bows? There was a bows?
Claws, bows and crossbows, daggers,
Ah!
fist weapons, throwing weapons.
Windstalker! The mosquito! Arceus! The Ashwood reflex bow! The Misfortunes Skeletor bolter!
Did you know that? Did Skeletor know you stole his stuff? That's not very nice.
The Singed Willow crossbow. It does bonus fire damage +1.
That's fucking lame.
Calamity! The peak of frozen hills! Talon Strike! The memory of hope! Soul String! Dawn of the incoming storm!
Can we get back to the edge now?
Yes, actually we can. If I can hit the X button. There we go. Hello, Calvin.
Calvin, you've picked a poor time to be here.
You have missed.
Hi, Calvin.
You have missed a lot tonight.
He's here in time for the last 15 to 30 minutes.
Yes. And as I was saying, blah 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 game mechanics, blah blah blah, game mechanics, blah blah blah, game mechanics, the damage over time, game mechanics. Game mechanics, she stabbed some people, game mechanics. Game mechanics. And the male villain stuttered, "Oh my god, it's the heroes. Never thought I'd be glad to see heroes." She felt the magic empowering her shouts. What is the fuck? Wait, what the fuck?
What is this, Skyrim?
What is she, the Dovahkiin? And turned
Please.
to look.
Sneaky, let's be real. Dovahkiin is a downgrade for a Death Knight.
I mean, your father is the god of time.
Yeah, but you don't get access to any of that.
No, you do. There is actually canonically a time slow shout.
Okay, yes, there's a time slow shout, but it's a shout in the dragon language, which presumably the dragons can do that stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you are correct in that aspect. But it is in fact a spell that can replace what colleges. Note to self, do not close my eyes because I have no sense of balance anymore.
Sneaky.
On the upside, I don't have enough hand-eye coordination to lift a bottle, so I can't get drunker from here.
I mean, you could just kind of smack the bottle over and lay your head down in it, in the puddle.
No, because my hand is too numb to do anything besides smack the bottle, which I am not physically strong enough to break a half-inch of glass by smacking it. But I appreciate your belief in this.
Just use your forehead, smash it open.
I think I'll knock myself out before I pull glass.
That would be endlessly entertaining for us.
I'm sure it would.
Also, Isley. It's Atin, not Max.
Anyway, as I was saying, back
Max has been silent.
to the story.
Max is thinking up even worse ideas.
Actually, Max is trying to
Blah
track down.
blah blah. Really poorly executed action sequence. Chuny. Death Knight Chuny. Blah blah. Trolls. Blah 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 blah. Regeneration factor. And then she killed all the thugs. And she looted them. And blah blah blah, she executed some person. And the bandits tried to run away, except she killed the people trying to run away as well. And then she sheathed her swords, staring at the leader, and said, "Was that as much fun it was for you as it was for me?" And then the leader completed the summoning going, "Ah man, I hate Daedra and psychopaths."
What a wonderful way to end the story. I feel that in deference to Sneaky's inability to read without focusing, we should end the stream.
And then the heroes of Brockton Bay showed up and said, "Hey, we're taking you in for questioning, you unknown parahuman." And then she replied with, "Are you the Kingsmen?" And then Armsmaster replied with, "We are the Protectorate." And then she said, "So you're not with Stormwind then?" And then
Why?
Armsmaster said,
No.
"I don't know what Stormwind is."
Why in God's name would she think they're from Stormwind? Not a
And
single
then-
one of them.
And then the Death Knight said, "Oh, but you're with the Alliance. I guess you're with the Alliance if you have alliance with other people. So I'm just going to obey what you tell me to do."
What? What kind of punk Death Knight is this?
And then the wards untangled themselves, and they both felt the Death Knight doing something, and then her power exploded, and she was super strong and could probably take on Lung in a 1v1. And,
Listen here, I hope a Death Knight that's Frost Spec can take down a frickin' dragon.
and then blah blah blah, this person in front of me is a criminal, you should capture him. I have to say the gin is actually hitting me quite hard. I'm impressed I was even able to give a summary of the events that led up to the Death Knight becoming part of the Protectorate / independent hero / savior of everyone / knows Fortuna.
Very impressive. Good job.
The fuck just fell over?
Your dignity.
Probably. As much as I would like to continue this stream, I have in fact drank quite a bit of gin. And
Yes,
am
you
no
have.
longer able to read, which renders
Hey!
this stream more or less incapable of continuing.
I
Unless
mean,
Atin
Maxer I
feels
could
like
read.
reading, at which point I don't even know what words are. So I'm actually going to cut this stream short at 1 hour and 35 minutes. Which,
A
to
little
be
bit
fair,
longer.
is still a decent amount of stream, but we have spent most of the stream just talking about one fanfiction and me being drunk. Which should not be a surprise to anyone that regularly watches this stream, because I both show up drunk and I'm not sure where else I was going with that. But
And then
Well-
continue drinking. I both show up and then continue drinking is the sentence that you were looking for.
yes,
You know, I like this. Birdie's been on the show for all of 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Sass, I approve. Good host choice.
I do both
great.
of those. You are correct. And before I start swinging around the blade weapon that may or may not stab me in the face, I should
I-
probably
Please God,
end the
don't.
stream here and go to bed. Which is
Yes.
a smart idea, considering the fact that I can't even read anymore at this point. And I've been more or less making up
Oh,
what
Sneaky,
happened.
Sneaky. Here's something that doesn't require reading, because I can read this for you. Isley wants to know what our thoughts are on Genlock.
Genlock is a good show with funny writers.
Is that the one with David Tennant?
Yes.
Yes.
Noted.
Honestly,
It's
I
quite
think
fun.
Miles and Luna could learn a lot from both
Miles
the
and Luna,
pacing-
eh?
Miles,
Miles and
Luna,
Carrie.
and Carrie could learn a lot from how the pacing operates and how Gray goes, hey, here's this trope. Also, fuck this trope. I
Indeed.
wholeheartedly agree with his opinion. So I will see what episode 8 brings us, as it is apparently the season finale. And I have liked every episode so far. However, though, to anyone that might be still listening, this is not a fan fiction section I would even dive into, because Genlock is that sort of event sequence. Like, even if the fiction itself is not great, the sequence of events that make up canon basically make it impossible to write a fan fiction for it that is either as good as canon or makes sense as canon, because of the character development that occurs from certain characters dying is actually important.
Indeed.
And a lot of fan fiction will probably try and save him, or probably try and find an alternative route that would end up with them doing XYZ anyway. And I just feel like that cheapens the existence of the plot line that they're trying to go for.
Yeah. I would
I
say so
make
far, I know I've enjoyed it, and I'm reasonably certain Max has enjoyed it.
I make
Oh, it's been a
cognizant
great
points
show.
sometimes, even when I'm drunk. I just want everyone to acknowledge that, because even though I'm drunk and don't know which cardinal direction is anymore, I still have a good sense for what is good in anime, and Genlock doesn't actually meet those requirements.
And
Yep.
even when drunk, you stay extremely humble.
Well, that's
Honestly,
because I have no sense of self-worth, but yeah.
no, I think he actually gets more humble the drunker he gets. Because that's when he gets sad.
This is
Sneaky's a pretty...
also a factual statement.
Sneaky's what I would call mod.
But, anyway, we've actually stretched this out to nearly an hour and 40 minutes. And I almost want to apologize for that, but you're all still here, so this is kind of your fault, actually.
No,
Okay.
no, the drinking's your fault.
No, well, yeah, the drinking is my fault, but you can't really... I'm actually sobering up at this point because I forgot to continue to drink gin.
Hold on a minute. How did you go from 10 minutes ago being too drunk to read to being on the path sobering up? What kind of genetic freak are you?
Wait, have you not
Well,
noticed that his words have been slurring a little bit less?
No, I have. I'm just saying that is still a remarkable turnaround time.
you clearly haven't spent enough. No, I am very clearly sobering up at this point.
Yes, his words are actually less slurred.
Well, I mean, we got 15 minutes left, so I guess I'll just pick up another fanfiction.
No, I'm just gonna hop out. You said the stream was over. I'm done.
Fuck!
No, it's fine.
Damn it, drunk me!
We specifically picked up another host for this reason.
Actually, Calvin wants to know if he can join.
Yes, you can, Calvin.
You're
He wants to
always
join in
welcome to
the
join.
reading. Yeah,
I mean,
Calvin, hop in. You can take over my spot for the last 15 minutes.
yeah, both Atin and Max both have admin privileges, so they can drag you into this stream.
We just need you to be in general first before we can drag you in.
Yeah, I'm not gonna grant you guest rights because unlike Birdie, you are a white male, and that is not filling the diversity requirements as per Twitch terms of service.
Yes, Isley, Calvin does have a mic. He's been on stream once or twice, I
Yeah,
think.
you know,
twice.
he's done German pronunciations for us, which I
There he
have
is.
subsequently ignored.
Dragging him down. There we go.
I do like that because of where this is located, you do have to physically drag them down into the streaming channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
It's an
start
apt metaphor.
I'm gonna have to start. When the hell was the last time the writing corner was used?
I don't know, that's
February of
not my fault.
2019.
Oh, well, that's not too long ago.
And before that, it was January 14th of 2019. And then before that, it was December 18th of 2018. I'm noticing a pattern. Oh, well, that pattern ended. That pattern started with December. How about that? Anyways, now that Calvin is here.
Yes.
Hi, Calvin.
Oh, I was just not
Hello,
using
Calvin.
Hi,
the
Calvin.
writing. Calvin. Oh. Apologies, Calvin. You were server muted for some reason. Who the fuck did that?
That was probably me.
Why?
Why would you do that?
Look, I get drunk, and I make
Okay.
decisions.
Alright, well, Godspeed you, Calvin. Have fun taking my place for tonight.
Happy
I'm
that
gonna go
much?
pass out
That's
with
awful.
my meds.
Good night, Max.
I'm gonna pass out with alcohol in
Don't let the bed
10 minutes. Alright, so because we only have like 10 minutes left, we're just gonna do a just fucking stupid story. Which
You know,
typically
I
is
think what annoys me
successful.
most about this is we had 2 stories to actually read for Tuesday.
Yeah, we did, and then I got drunk and forgot about it.
Yes, I'm aware.
So is
Where
Calvin
the fuck
secretly
is
a
my
woman
mouse
or
cursor?
Indian?
Why is my mouse cursor
No.
locked? That's really weird.
Sneaky, that may be because you're too drunk to use the mouse correctly.
No, I have a program that locks the mouse to one screen. I'm just astonished by the fact that I managed to hit both of those buttons to lock the screen.
Okay.
But don't worry, I know how to unlock it.
Want another drink?
Okay, so just fucking dumb stories. How do you feel about a Naruto Ruby crossover?
Why not?
I mean,
I don't
done
care.
A billion of them already.
Look, we have to
I
go.
don't hit-
We have to pick fruit from where there's actually fruit to be had. If there was anything worth mocking in the Gundam section, I would read that. But the Gundam section
Gundam
is
style.
fucking both barren and awful.
So I will full frontal my body emotion.
We sat down. What was it, Sneaky? We were like that. It's like what? How much of it? Like 43% of it or something was written by one guy writing Gundam Wing and Harry Potter crossovers.
Yeah.
That's the thing?
Yeah.
Yes, and there are many of them.
Why
For some reason.
Why am I not surprised? No, really. Why am I not the hell
You
surprised?
should be shocked because it's
No,
not
you're not
a
surprised because you watch our show. That's
You're-
why.
You're
That's
depressed. Instead of surprise, it just goes straight to depression. Because you realize the drunk guy is right, and that makes you sad.
Thank you, honestly. I think I should say thank you. I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
Calvin sounds like him. No, even drunk, I can factually say that Calvin sounds far more coherent than Kiln does. Kiln sounds like a guy who got
Oh, boy.
a tin can with a string and then proceeded to use his dick on it.
What?
I had the server mute button pulled up in case that went somewhere we didn't need it to. I was ready. Like, I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I'm gonna make a macro that I could just be like Control Shift 2 and just BAM! Server mute you.
That's probably good.
So we're doing the 4 fish cakes?
Oh, yeah, we're doing the 4 fish cakes. So the 4 fish cakes is a Naruto Ruby cross story in which Mitsuki succeeded in killing Naruto, but did not know he would replace himself. What if Naruto learned Konoha's most secret jutsu? What if Sakura was not useless? What if the Hokage did something right and gave Naruto his own team, rated M for safety, Naruto times question mark? Naruto OP will be godlike.
You know what?
Like,
I at least respect them for being like question mark.
Naruto will have no equal and will take shit from noon. No bashing, sequel up.
So wait, does that mean you're allowed to? Naruto has a policy. Look, you can insult me all you want from 1 a.m. to 11:59.
It's high noon.
Indeed. Indeed, that's it. Plus, I'm glad that Naruto finds his love with the question.
Indeed.
That's nice.
So
Honestly,
I guess Naruto is gonna be a philosopher because Naruto times question mark.
yes,
Probably.
Naruto will fuck the experience bar until the experience bar gives him what he wants.
What?
Or what if instead of like
Exactly.
Naruto times M for male, it's Naruto times question mark for one of those other genders that.
Naruto times gender fluid Sasuke.
I mean, Sexy Jutsu's gotta be good for something, eh?
Like in Ranma, when Ranma is getting cold or hot water, that's gender fluid. Yeah.
Yes.
He's an aqua transsexual. Get it right?
Okay, that was good.
You bigot!
You can tell he's sobering up because the quality of his jokes has increased dramatically.
Indeed, by a million.
Author's note: hee. I'm writing another story without finishing my first one because read the fucking notice. Disclaimer.
Let me guess. No one wanted to read this other fanfic, and no one gave a feedback.
More.
Yeah, indeed.
More or less, probably, yeah.
If I had stopped writing any fanfic because I wouldn't have gotten enough feedback. Oh shit, that's what I did.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I mean, I don't blame people for not writing when the niche they are writing for doesn't respond to their writing. It is very disheartening, and I realize that, and I don't blame anyone that ends up, canceling their story because of it. But at the same time, I feel like if you're writing for a niche, you should be prepared for no one to read it.
Indeed.
Oh, true.
But anyway.
Disclaimer.
Konoha!
Probably.
Oh,
It
boy.
was late in the night in the village of Levs. The only people still out at the time being the partygoers. and the shinobi watching over them. The normal was right at this point, except the orange blur that was shooting towards the forest surrounded Konoha.
Just a second. The orange blur?
The
Oh, we
orange,
can't hear you. Don't worry, Birdie.
the orange blur. It's Naruto because he wears orange and he loves rum.
Ah, and I thought it was the blur from Smallville. Okay.
No. You can't have it being that simple. The This blur was known as the Demon of Konoha, and the Blonde Monster and Prankster King, known to his few friends as Naruto Uzumaki.
Hey, aneurysm is coming. We have a new person.
No, the reason why you're being given all this information is so the author can write a story in which the main character fucks his sister and his mother, because technically speaking, he's only a clone, not actually their son.
Relax. Ugh.
I wish I was joking about that scenario, but that's actually something I've encountered.
Holy mother of frack.
Oh, yeah, we've encountered it several times.
Why? I mean, why are people writing this?
have a sexual fetish and a need to ensure that their genetic code is passed on to the offspring that is least likely to survive.
Oh boy. Just a second. Let me have a let me have a drink.
No, don't you start, Calvin.
The aneurysm is coming. Well, I am sorry aneurysm is coming. I am in fact too drunk to continue this podcast, but I shall endeavor to complete this chapter to at least complete your name.
Unfortunately, you have arrived at the end of our show.
Yes. But do not fear, for we do this twice a week. I am not normally as drunk as I currently am. I am only as drunk as I currently am for reasons.
Because he decided it was a good idea to drink half a bottle of gin.
More than half a bottle.
No vodka?
I drank all the vodka.
The gentlemen of the Black Organization from Detective Conan are so disappointed in you.
I don't even know what you just said.
Okay.
As I was saying, though, Naruto, the demon of Konoha, was dashing through Konoha inside the unknown forest, screaming shit, shit, shit.
Yes, because young Naruto cursed quite frequently.
I can't believe I did that to JJ! He's so gonna kill me tomorrow.
Whom? Gigi? What's a Gigi?
Gigi means grandfather in Japanese.
Okay.
Naruto lowercase yelled to his surroundings as he leapt from tree to tree while fleeing Hokage Tower. Words, 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 words.
Lots of
Canon,
words.
remake words, words. Blah blah blah, dead blah 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 blah, jutsu blah blah, clones, fuck clones. Splits user soul to create type of sentiency. You think I'm joking about this, but that's actually how you spell
we
it.
don't.
Sentiency. Is that a word?
No.
Sentiency.
It is not. The correct form of the word would be sentience.
Sentiency. Sentience. Yeah.
Look at that. We got to keep someone from learning a word that doesn't exist. We're the
Hey.
opposite of William Shakespeare. Now there's a history joke.
These are absolutely every last one of these.
Nicely.
Anyway. Blah blah, sweet Cammy. Blah blah shouts the Londoner.
Oh, aneurysm, you think this formatting is bad. You think this is bad. We've seen stories that are centered.
Aneurysm? You think this is bad? This is actually in the top 10%. This is a story that I am actually not dying upon. Instead, I am only incapable of reading it because I have consumed a copious amount of alcohol unrelated to the story I am reading.
Indeed.
Words. Passionate ones.
Word salad.
I slam my desk in anger.
As is frequently the case.
Anyway, blah blah. My name is Ruby Rose. If you read this letter, you got my bloodline of super sped. All you gotta do to activate it is bleed on this letter. Also, you have all my sword skills. Tee hee.
Because that's how that works.
Go be a hero.
Yes.
Hee.
The scythe wielder with her infamous sword skills.
Yes.
Okay, so I know you probably it's supposed to be super speed, but you said super sped. Like the special ed kids, we would call them the sped kids, and so you are now a super sped.
Well, no, to be fair, Ruby is super sped. She is a very special individual, let us say.
Question.
Answer?
There is.
No.
Yeah, good. The one of the next sentences is our names are Ruby Rose. Weiss Schnee is in that case Weiss Schnee correctly written because I know Weiss is differently spelled. It's Weiss.
I couldn't even begin to talk about precision by the fact that the probably only reason I'm going to make it into bed right now is because it is literally 2 feet away, not even 2 feet away, a foot away from me. That is the only reason why I'm not sleeping on the floor tonight. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore because I started drinking again. All I know is I see a lot of stupid Ruby Worm crossover bullshit, and where the worm crossover author didn't pay attention to what worm.
Where did the worm come from?
Worm is a story section called Worm.
Yeah, but I mean, where did the word come from here? The worm come from in the 4 fish cakes.
Exactly.
Wait, what?
It is 9 p.m., which means I am legally obligated to say goodbye. And that means I can go to sleep. Which means see you all next time, which is going to be Friday?
Yes, that is correct.
That's
Friday
correct.
at 7 p.m. And I'll probably have run out of alcohol at that point. So,
We're lucky.
Goodbye, everyone. Make sure to donate to this stream so I can afford more alcohol and actually provide quality content.
Now, by the way, Sneaky, you do remember that today is Tuesday, right?
Today is Tuesday, which means Friday at 7 p.m. is when the next session is.
That's correct.
Because this is something I can't even get wrong while drunk. Because there is always more and it always gets worse.